apartment again, remember?
$4,500 a month.
And we're not even factoring in taxes into all of this shit. I don't care what your job is, there is no reason that anyone working 40 hours a week, slaving their life away, should not be able to at least afford a fucking 1-bedroom apartment. And if you're
Shit, most people working more than that. Shit. A lot of people get jobs on the weekend. They got side hustles. They doing social media. They doing this, that. Selling lemonade on the corner. Selling sphincter.
What's that?
Girl, that's a booty hole.
Not a hole, Keisha. A
Kruger man.
What's good, YouTube? Welcome back. Today we're gonna be reacting to a video titled "Paying Rent Don't Feel Basic Anymore." That's facts. I ain't gonna lie, man. If you got somewhere to lay your head, man, you're blessed. No cap, cause it's rough out here. But anyway, man, let's get into it.
There's a moving truck.
Our apartment complex raising rent 300 to 500 per unit. So every day people can't afford and every day people can't afford and have to move out. Disgusting world we live in. That's crazy. It's crazy how they could just raise it for no reason. Like just because they want to.
There's a moving pod. There's a moving truck.
I think apartments that cost like $2,000 a month should be fucking illegal, because why is it that they expect you to make 3 times the rent, which comes out to like $6,000, but most people don't even make that in an entire month? An apartment shouldn't be a luxury.
Bro, apartments, I feel like for you to build a society where people, you feel me? I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I mean, as far as I know, in America, it's becoming illegal to be homeless. Like you're making it illegal to be homeless, but won't pay people a wage to be able to properly take care of themselves and have a place to stay and be able to, have their basic needs met. But but it's also illegal to sleep on a bench, taking the benches away. It's like, come on, bro. Capitalism, bro. Yeah, it don't make sense. 2,000 for an apartment. Like I feel like I feel like 1,000 is kind of crazy because again, most regular jobs, if you making like what, say you make like 18 an hour, like you're not really making enough to be able to pay, or even if you make like 20, 23 or whatever, like man, that's not enough to really properly have everything you need, an apartment, things for the apartment. If your car breaks down X, Y, and Z, like food, groceries, clothes, and not man, you got kids, you could damn near double or triple that depending on how many you got. Like, man, that's crazy. I don't understand how whoever is in charge of the way this economy is ran, and whoever set up the society the way they did and set up the economic system the way they did, I just don't understand what they were thinking. Like, it's just like people are not making enough money for how much the prices are going up. It just really does not make any sense. I don't know, bro. I just feel like something got to change, or more people is just gonna go homeless, or they're gonna, I heard people's already starting to look into options. People's already starting to live in RVs and seeing how much it is to own a trailer, and just comparing prices for that and all type of stuff, bro. People, next thing you know, people gonna try to live in tents. Shoot, just connected to where, you feel me, it's a long ass tent. Probably try to, fortify it, go out and chop some trees down and build up build some wood plaques around or something. I don't know. I mean, it's desperate, and people desperate, bro. You're gonna figure something out.
Should be a basic need.
As soon as I grew up, apartments $2,000, but when I was 13, they were only $500. My mama was living out in Lehigh for $550 for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Now all of a sudden, a 3-bedroom, 2-bath is fucking $2,500, and how y'all expect me to pay for that? The debt to income ratio is still the same, so why is the rent so fucking high? And y'all don't even own these buildings either, so what you charging me all this money for? I know your mortgage is not that high on it. That's just like back in the day, if you had bad credit, or let's say you just had broke a lease on an apartment, you can go get an apartment. You know, you go talk to Mr. John, and Mr. John gonna help you, him and Miss Mary. Nowadays, they said, man, fuck you, go to court. They said you better go to the courthouse and try to get that eviction expunged off your record. Are you serious right now? Like, and then they wonder why everybody's staying at home with their mama. You judging the bitch because they at home with their mama. What am I supposed to do? I'm sorry that I'm 21 with no credit and they don't want to let me get no place. Like, it's not my fault. The criteria is a lot harder now than it was back in the day.
21. That's regular. 21, you just, if you went to college, you just graduating college. Of course, you still late, man. I'm thinking you talking about older than that.
Back in the day, if you had $1,500, you was in a house. Point blank, period.
Well, the economy isn't that bad. The cost of living crisis isn't that bad. You have homeless coworkers. It doesn't matter if you're working in finance. It doesn't matter if you're working a retail job. I can almost guarantee you that you have homeless coworkers because 40 to 60% of homeless people are employed and rent is unaffordable. Look at the numbers here, okay? Like the minimum cost of a 1-bedroom apartment in the US is around $1,500. And a lot of states, you're really lucky if you could get that, okay? $1,500. You need to make 3 times the rent. $4,500 a month. That is $28 an hour. $28 an hour in the US is like the baseline bare minimum living wage. But our federal minimum wage is
$7.25 an hour.
You know what $7.25 an hour gets you working full time?
$1,160
a month. The minimum.
He said a month, bro. A month. Not every 2 weeks, bro. A month. But even if it was every 2 weeks, that's still not enough.
Apartment again, remember?
$4,500 a month.
And we're not even factoring in taxes into all of this shit. I don't care what your job is. There is no reason that anyone working 40 hours a week, slaving their life away, should not be able to at least afford a fucking 1-bedroom apartment. And if you're
Shoot, most people working more than that. Shoot. A lot of people get jobs on the weekend. They got side hustles. They doing social media. They doing this, that. Selling lemonade on the corner. Selling sphincter.
What's that?
Girl, that's a booty hole.
Not a hole, Keisha. A
that shit, you're part of the problem.
Okay, so I'm apartment hunting. I find this listing okay, pretty cheap, like for a room, whatever. Toronto, like nice kitchen. Let me scroll. Okay, looks nice. Is that a mattress though? Like, what is that? Oh, is that a wall? What is that? Oh, that's my room. That's what you're paying for. $750 to be in the middle of the like room. Like what? This is what it looks like when you close your door. Like when you want to be by yourself, this is what it looks like. And they even say, where is it? Like fully furnished, very bright and sunny, and comfortable. Yeah, it's really bright and sunny, bro. It's because you're taking up half of the, like, what?
I'll put my 60-day notice in and brag.
That's ass. No. No.
Apartment. Because my rent went from $1,300 to $1,500. They're charging me $1,628 this month. I'll put my 60-day notice in. I'm not staying here. So they mad. And their policy is that you only have to pay your last month's of rent. Why are they charging me $2,600 to move out?
What? Bro. Man, they charge you another 1,000 or something just to move out? Man, hell no. Yeah. No, I'm not doing it, bro. Unless that was already in contract when you signed and you didn't read it. Nah, you're not getting that, bro. You getting last month's rent, what I pay on the regular, and that's it. Anything else you better hope God send it to you, cause I won't be.
I'm still moving out. I don't know where they're gonna get the money from.
Facts.
They gonna figure it out, but gotta get the fuck out of here.
I'm not even gonna lie, rent so high, I'm about to go pick up a shift at the leasing office. I'm about to cover their Saturdays because rent is about to blow us out the country. I heard that they be getting discounts when they work at the leasing office. If you ask me, a part-time job as a leasing agent don't sound too bad. Because when I think about it, I really was sitting on the most amount of money when I was a resident advisor in college. When I didn't have to pay for room and board, when I tell you that money was so fat, boy, that check, that refund, that money from them jobs was so fat. Don't even get me started. And I just genuinely feel like if you can find a way to finesse and really get ahead by not having to pay for living, ain't no way you ain't balling out. And I get everybody's situation is different. I'm not trying to say that and tell people what they should do or whatever like that. I'm just giving my opinion for all the comments and the internet warriors. But like, think about it. If I could really pull that off, keep my same career, pick up maybe 1 to 2 shifts every now and then at a leasing office and get free or discounted rent.
I seen a creator on here talking about people need to stop moving and bouncing around. That's why the rent high. Just renew your lease, like all this other stuff.
Nah,
but
they gonna creep that
let me
money
give you
up.
the perspective of,
Nah.
of a mover, right? I've had 5 apartments in the last 5 years. Let me tell you why. In one of my apartments, my lease was up. They sent me a renewal offer. They said your rent's going up $150. I said, why? Nothing has changed in this place. If anything, it should go down. Like all the damages I've caused in here and my kid. So, but it's going up. They said, yeah, you know, the market, blah, blah. The market. Okay. Do my research. I pull up the website. There's a unit next door available. Same layout, same floor plan, same style. And there's no new renovations. $200 cheaper than what I'm paying currently. Not the new rent. That would have been $350 cheaper. What I have now, it was $200 cheaper than that. But what's the catch? It's for new tenants, new business. Okay. So I try to call them, try to figure this out. Hey, bro, by the way, can I just move in that one? Because I'm going to just move in there. It's $200 cheaper, same floor plan, same everything. We good, right? No, you actually have to pay a $500 transfer fee just to move units. And then on top of that, you don't get that new price, that new rent. That's only for new tenants. Since you're an existing tenant, it would just be the same rent as your other place.
No.
Make it make sense.
No.
So then I said, you know what? Screw it. We gone. 60 days, here you go. We out. I checked the apartment website. What do you know? The unit that I'm moving out of is now $200 cheaper for a new tenant. You see how that works? It's not us.
Scamming, bro.
It's the apartment complexes. It's the scam that they have going on.
Definitely a scam.
But this is the best part. When you pull up a new complex, they will have newer renovations, and they'll give you 2 months free just because you're a new tenant moving in.
I don't understand
and your rent
that.
is going to be cheaper than the last place you stayed at. So
They don't reward loyalty. Just like jobs don't reward loyalty, nor they don't care. But what benefit do they get getting somebody new? I don't really understand that. Like somebody who's already living here, they're paying you, they're showing you that they're consistent, they pay their bills. Like, why are you making it hard for them? Like you're trying to push them out. I don't understand that.
moving costs and all.
Even when I was living in Philly, they was trying to do that. Some BS apartment. Like it was ass anyway. Was trying to had the nerve to raise the rent. Like I was moving out anyway, but what? I don't understand that.
It sucks for sure. I hate doing it.
And then when we was talking about leaving, They was like, oh no, well we can work something out, which I was surprised by. But I mean, we was already treated terribly through our time living there, so you know.
In the long run, I have a cheaper place, a nicer place, and 2 months free. So that is why I move around. It's not our fault at all. It's the apartment's fault. It's the apartment industry.
Things are becoming so irrationally expensive that even I'm starting to question the prices. And I say that as someone who lives under the guise of, well, I gotta get it anyway, right? So like if it's gas or food, I really don't question it because it's a necessity for me to live. What am I gonna say? I'm not gonna eat food. And I just got food from Popeyes and all that's not necessarily a necessity. 3 chicken tenders, a side, and a drink is $18. 18.
Bro, I just went out to eat today, um, with my job, and I was looking at like that they have you can get a burger for like $10 plus tax, so it's probably like $12. But I was like, bro, if you go to I don't eat at McDonald's, but like if you go to McDonald's or Burger King and stuff, like you're going to be paying more than that for just a regular meal, like nothing extra. You're going to be paying more than like, how, like, bro. These companies are just getting overly greedy, bro.
I'm Gen Z. I'm 23. I'm in college.
Bro, most people who be eating out really can't even afford to eat out for real. I'm gonna keep it real. Like most people really can't. Like it's not. It's supposed to be like convenient. It's supposed to be fast and cheap. It's not really any of those things anymore. To be honest, though, line be long. They don't bring it out. They don't bring it out fast, or if they bring it out fast, it be too fast. So they didn't even cook it. It don't even be. It be barely warm. So you're getting a disgusting ass burger that's been sitting there for an hour. Like, man, and it's not cheap.
I just found out what a rent party is. Apparently, y'all, back in the day, if you couldn't pay your rent, you could host a party or your friends would come and everybody would put money in to like a hat or something to help you pay your rent. When I was telling my friend about this, they was like, oh my God, why don't we do this, bitch? I cannot help you pay $1,500. My rent is also $1,500. I can't help with that. When the shit was like, 500, 800, yeah, bitch, I help you. I would that help you if the rent was $800. I would give you $100, $200. Yes, bitch, here, have that. That's nothing. $1,500, $2,000, $3,000. I don't know, Buki. You're gonna have to come up with that on your own. That's a lot of friends to come together. Everybody can't even put together $100. Like if that was 10 friends and your rent was, $400, yes, we could do that. Yes, we could totally do that. But you need to have a whole bunch of motherfuckers in your apartment to be able to pay the rent nowadays. That's why we don't got no fucking community. We can't have no community when everything's so fucking expensive. How you supposed to have community? I'm supposed to help you out, and I could barely afford to live my damn self. Every day, every time I turn around, it's a new fucking bill. I understand why my uncles and them used to be like, you don't want to be an adult. When you an adult, it's bills, bills, bills. Every time you fucking turn around, it's a bill. I don't understand some of this shit. Why is my phone a bill that's monthly? Why do I even have to pay monthly rent? Why is everything monthly? Why is it not just a one-time fee and then we're done? Everything, a fucking subscription. I already bought the phone. I bought a number. Why must I pay it every month? Why is it not a one-time thing? You just pay it one time. This is your number. Your number is over. Disney Plus subscription. Why can I not just buy the fucking Disney Plus once? Y'all would get so much more money if everything was just a one-time fee. But y'all want to be selfish. Everybody wants to be so.
Nah, they wouldn't. They wouldn't get more money. They get way more money out of you making it monthly. That's why they do it. If they could get more money out of you making it a lump sum, they would make it like super expensive. Then they would just wax you out the ass to the point where you couldn't buy that either. That's why they do it in increments. So it don't seem, oh well, it's only $10. You don't think it's that bad until you look at the end. Over the years, and you just spent way more money on it than you think you are. So no, they would not make more money if they just charged you a lump sum and left it at that. Now, of course, for us as a consumer, it makes sense. You know, people who need this stuff, you know what I mean? It's like, and not Disney Plus, but like, you know, you definitely need a phone, you definitely need food, you need, you know what I mean? And I mean, subscription, they do have subscriptions for food, but, you know, rent and stuff like that, like a place, like for us, it would be more convenient to just here, take this amount of money, leave me alone until I want to move. But nah, they make way more money charging you in increments
Selfish.
How is America
or
continuing to
monthly.
build all these ridiculous ass apartment
So selfish.
How is America continuing to build all these ridiculous ass apartment complexes, but charging almost $3,000 for one bedroom? And who in the hell are affording to move into these ridiculously high, overpriced, expensive apartments? The national average salary is like
A lot of people roommating, a lot of people lapping up, paying it together. Shoot, even I mean, I think that's how a lot of people who move to this country, you know what I mean, you know, make it. They had a whole family in a little apartment. You know, they try to get like something with multiple bedrooms, and they, you know, they make it work. Everybody got to work, put in. That's how they do it. It's living on your own, bro. You gotta be making money, like good money, to be able to live on your own. You just doing all right.
$55,000, something like that. I'm not the best at math, but 56,000 divided by 12 is like $4,600 a month. That's like 75% of your check gone if you're paying $3,000 a month for an apartment. Not to mention you got food, you got electricity bill, you got car payment, car insurance, gas. You like to go shopping, get new clothes. God forbid you need a haircut every 2 weeks.
Bro, I used to love shopping for clothes, bro. I would honestly still like to do it, but I just can't. I cannot afford to do that, bro. I used to be like, if I was just bored, I'd be like, shoot, let's go to the mall like, all the time. I stopped doing that years ago. Like, I mean, I used to do that kind of when I was honestly younger, like after high school type stuff. But yeah, yeah. Once I start getting you know, getting hit with like real bills, I got a car, and you know, I have to start having to really pay for stuff. No, I cut that out. I had to cut that out real quick because I started realizing like I don't have money for things I need. You know, I need like if I'm going to, you know, going to the dentist, going to the doctor, going. You feel me? Something happened with my car. This that. Like stuff. It's expensive. It's not even just like it add up. Like it'd be expensive off the rip, man. You even step foot to a doctor, you gotta pay $50 off the rip if you got insurance. It's probably more if you don't have insurance. Like, my goodness, bro. I think you get like one free visit a year. And after that, it's $50 every time you want to see your doctor. Like, bro, come on. Don't you care about me? Don't you don't you want me to be better? Stop charging me.
2 weeks, or you got to get your hair done. And God forbid you have fucking kids' mouths to feed. That's even double. The average income earner cannot afford these overpriced ass apartments. So who the fuck are they building these apartment complexes for? And what makes it even more hilarious, every single fucking year, these greedy ass landlords continue to increase the rent. So pretty soon, if you haven't already, we're going to be seeing $4,000, $5,000 a month apartment complex prices. And my question is, why do they keep getting away with this? How, as we as a people have not gone up there with pitchforks, knives, and any type of weapon that we can find to put an end to this madness? We are literally allowing them to run our pockets fucking dry. What happened to America? We used to protest way back then. The minute taxes went over 2%. Now, we are getting taxed damn near half, if not more than half our fucking money. Rent is out of control. Housing prices are out of control. Mortgage is out of control. Every single bill known to man is completely out of fucking control. And all we do is we go on TikTok, We bitch, moan, we complain, and then the next day we get up, we go to work, and we pay that overpriced ass rent. Why, as we as a people have not done anything about this? Because we have not revolted. Us not revolting means that these landlords will continue to increase the rent every single year. Us not revolting means that these developers will continue to buy up a whole bunch of land, knock down these trees, and build overpriced ass apartment complex on top of apartment complex on top of apartment complex. Us not revolting will lead to housing prices continuing to skyrocket, mortgage rates continuing to skyrocket, and everything else known to man to live continuing to skyrocket. As much as this problem is corporate greed, another half of this problem is us not fucking revolting and taking a stand against these corrupt, greedy motherfuckers. We, as a people, have allowed them to get away with so much shit, they have become borderline unstoppable. And it's sad to say, but I think there's no coming back from this.
Why does your rent increase the longer you live in an apartment? Don't that seem backwards to y'all? I don't live in an apartment no more, but I don't know, I just be thinking about random stuff, bro. So, I'm moving in this apartment, it's $1,200 a month. The longer I live in this apartment, my rent gonna keep going up. That don't seem backwards to y'all, bro? So, I live in this apartment 3 years. Over these 3 years, you ain't made no improvements, you barely fix anything when I call maintenance. You ain't did nothing to increase the value of this apartment. But if I started off paying $1,200, by year 3 in this apartment, I'm gonna be paying $1,500. How does that make sense? But if I move out and somebody new move in my old apartment that I was about to pay $1,500 for, that new tenant gonna be paying $1,200 or even less because y'all might be throwing some kind of deal or something. Bro, how does that even work? If anything, I feel like the rent should go down the longer you live there.
Yes.
Y'all ain't increased the value at all, bro. How is the rent going up?
Just like a house appreciates, like your rent should go down the longer you're there, bro. It should not go up. And they don't even have a reason why it's going up. It just does. Again, I think they want you to just get out because they want somebody else to move in. I don't know what benefit they get for having a new person move in there, but they're scamming, bro. They're scamming for sure. It's like, I think people ain't doing nothing about it because they don't know what to do about it. They need a place to live. They're not trying to be homeless, so they just pay it. But I don't know, there gotta be something we could do.
Landlord said our rent was going up $200 for the next year, and we said, how about it goes up just $100 instead? And he said, sure. Which then it's like, was it going up $200, or that was just an idea you had? Because 100 is way less, and if it doesn't have to go up 200, it could go up 100. Then it could also not go up. It'd be the same distance to not going up as it was.
That makes too much sense, bro. That makes way too much sense.
It'd be the same distance to not going up as it was going from 200 to 100. So it's confusing, trying to figure out what is going on.
I feel like the only reason that y'all think a 1-bedroom for $1,400 is okay, yes, because y'all are from big cities and big states that a 1-bedroom is $2,200 to $3,000. The reason that y'all think that $1,400 rent is okay is because y'all got got. Y'all got got. Y'all got got by inflation. Y'all got got by the economy. Y'all got got by the government. Y'all succumbed to the peer pressure that they put on us, making us feel like that $1,400 is good. Like, you feel me? It's not 10 years ago no more, but 10 years ago was literally 2015, 16. That felt like yesterday. It was 2-bedroom apartments, 1,100 square feet for $900. 1,100 square feet for $900 to $1,000. And you think I'm gonna be happy because the world is shit now and a 1-bedroom is $1,400? Oh, let me take it. What? Man, if I can't find nothing for $900, I guess I'm gonna be living with my mama for the rest of my life. It is what it is.
Yeah, man. Let's bring a video. I ain't gonna lie. I think they're scamming. Like, there's no way that apartments should be going up just for you just living there. Like, they're not. I feel like it it shouldn't even be legal for them to charge anymore if they didn't do anything to upgrade the place. Like if you're not upgrading my living situation, I shouldn't be paying you more. It's not more valuable. It's actually less valuable. Like, cause somebody's living in here. So why are they illegally even allowed to charge more? I don't get it. Like, and that's why people say they shouldn't just have like free range capitalism. There needs to be like some regulations on this, bro. It's just getting crazy. Like it's too much, bro. It really is. And it's like people don't care until it shows up in their real life. But yeah, bro, it's getting ridiculous. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know if there is anything that we could do about it. We need to do something, cause. But it's like in a situation like this, it's really evil because they know people need a place to stay. So it's like a lot of people aren't really they don't have that fight in them. So they're just going, all right, well, I just try to come up with the money. Like they're gonna hustle more, and because a lot of people, there's people with that hustle mentality. It's like, oh, I just gotta hustle more to make more money. But bro, no, this like two things can be true at the same time. Yeah, hustle and make more money, but you shouldn't like have to do that to just be able to take care of your basic necessities to have a place to stay. Like that should just be affordable for anybody working a 40-hour a week job, making, you know, what minimum wage should be. It should just be livable. Whatever it is. So if it needs to be 28, then that's like what the only way you're going to be able to live on your own, like then that's what it should be. I don't care how they need to make that happen. Don't take it from us. Like, come on, bro. Whatever it needs to be, they need to change that ASAP. But anyway, man, that's been my thoughts. You let me know yours down in the comment section down below. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, and all that jizz. Turn on post notifications, and until next time, I'm out.